For tuning in to another episode on the Scouse Oracle channel. I truly appreciate it. Today I want to be going into detail regarding the response I received from the Ministry of Justice. If you can hit that subscribe button, it would massively help. And if you have been following me for a while, you'll know the questions and to why I've raised them. And I'll be going into more detail about why I feel this is important. Now, I submitted a Freedom of Information request to the Ministry of Justice and I asked, where is the UK's prison data stored? The database that holds offender records, risk levels, sentencing history, identity data. You see, this is the core of our justice system. This single source of truth for who's imprisoned and how dangerous they are. Now, the answer that I received is an Amazon Web Service. So it's a United States-based corporation. And now why that matters is if you're connecting it with what I've previously been talking about and what is also happening now. So let me strip it back. I asked how much they're paying and they refused to tell me. They said it was commercially sensitive. So we're paying for justice, but we're not allowed to know how much the price is for the dependents. So because Amazon is an American company, it's subject to US law. Now, under the Cloud Act, the US government can demand access to data held by US companies, even if the data belongs to British citizens. So this is the legal pathway now that exists. I'm not saying that America have accessed UK data. I'm saying this means that they can. So if Washington decided that they needed data, or if intelligence agencies requested it, our government wouldn't necessarily be allowed to tell us. And you see, because the US has just declared a new doctrine, so the latest national security strategy warns Europe is facing civilizational decline and must be reshaped. So European leaders are calling it unacceptable and like interference and a brutal clarification of US intent. So the UK is still in Europe, but we're no longer defended by the EU. So it's like we stepped outside that fortress and now we stand alone. So while all this is happening internationally, when you look at what's happening inside the UK in regards to centralisation, you've got the Home Secretary who is considering merging England and Wales 43 police forces into fewer regional megaforces. And then the plan to abolish elected police and crime commissioners by 2028, removing a key democratic safeguard. And then you've got the surveillance tech expansion. Now I'm recapping on things that I have spoken about before and I have shown contracts. And this is like the identity exposure because you've got the British police that expanding use of facial recognition technology nationwide. I've shown the contracts on that. And the identity exposure, a new guidance encouraging police to reveal suspects' ethnicity and nationality in sensitive cases. And you've got the privacy boundaries are shifting. So if you look at previous episodes where I've gone into the Article 8 and identity now is becoming suspicious. You see, we're outsourcing data under foreign jurisdiction, we're centralising policing, we've got automated surveillance, it's eroding oversight. And can you call that a coincidence, everything all aligning and happening and the timing? You see, we've got a system designed to control, and the UK citizen isn't the master of that system. So we're the product inside that system, and the system is built already. So the control is already built. So this isn't about who's in office one day or who's in office in America. It's about the infrastructure. So if democracy is dependent on data, but we don't control the data, do we still have a democracy? We need transparency. We need accountability. We need to take back the data that defines our lives before the power is used to be held against us. Because once control is lost, how are you getting it back? So all these policies that are happening, when I've talked about the £330 NHS contract going to Plantair, so when you're looking at all the pipeline behind the scenes and the digital identity, then the mass surveillance, and I know recently they've just had a debate in regards to the digital ID, like them MPs stood up and were talking about it like it wasn't here. It already is here. It's already used. We're already using over 100 services with the gov.uk one login. And now you're seeing the big reform when it's coming to our water. So I'm trying to keep it on topic because I will get more into that. I will do more episodes. But the response that I've received from the Ministry of Justice confirms that we don't control that data. It's with an American company, and that's now confirmed. We have evidence of that. So everything now that's going on, it all seems connected. I don't know what you guys think. But as I say, I'll always provide the information that I have been looking into. It's all factual. It's all publicly available. I hope it provides more clarity. I am still waiting for the petition to be published in regards to the Federated Data Platform. I've not yet had a response, and I'll just keep knocking on them doors. So as always, I do appreciate you guys being here, supporting, commenting, and we're in this together. We can only spread the awareness.